Welcome back to Colorado and Company. September is Recovery Month, so that's a reminder to everyone out there. It's now time to reach out for help if you or someone that you love is really struggling with addiction. Joseph Ellis joins me here today. He's going to share his story, tell a little bit about his recovery journey. He's a real example that positive change can happen. Joseph, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you guys for the opportunity.
You know, we all know someone out there who may be struggling with alcohol, drug addiction. I'm just so grateful that you're here to share your story about how positive change can happen, right? There's hope.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not something, hope wasn't something that I was familiar with when I came to the program. And I tell everybody, if I could go back as me now and talk to that person that entered Stout Street, I probably wouldn't believe all the blessings that were coming my way. How
did you learn about Stout Street Foundation?
Stout Street's been around for a while, and so through my family, you know, they'd seen my struggles, they'd seen what I was dealing with and how I was trying, and it just seemed like a good fit because of the modality.
How do they help you kind of jumpstart your recovery journey?
Yeah, I always say it's kind of like the military where they, you know, you get the opportunity to crawl and then walk and then run. You know, I was broken when I came into Stout Street. I literally didn't have a penny to my name, had burned a lot of bridges, and this was essentially, in my mind, my last best chance. And so the structure of the program, the length of the program, which can seem daunting when you're looking at it at first, but I always say never choose not to achieve a goal because of the time that it takes, because that time's going to pass anyway. And so just a little reminder that the time was a good thing. They had incredible psychoeducational classes that built layer upon layer. And so by the end of the program, it was, I was able to go and look for a job in my career field, and they gave me that space.
Let's talk about that, because not only are now you repairing relationships with family and friends and repairing yourself, but now Stout Street kind of helped you move into a new career path.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been working in the courts in Denver Metro since 2014 in some capacity or another, in a peer support role. I was a mentor, a veteran mentor, and then trained as a peer coach myself, and then became a trainer. And so now I can offer that opportunity to other folks who want to spread recovery.
What did you say, Joseph, about, you had an amazing quote about kind of repairing and reaching the goals. Say that again, because that's something I'm going to write down.
Right. The mantra that I always remind myself of is don't ever not try to achieve a goal because of the time that it takes, because that time's going to pass anyway.
That is incredible. Yeah, that is something that means a lot, I think, to a lot of people out there. You've been able to repair relationships with family and friends. Talk about the difference that really has made in your journey of recovery.
Well, it's everything. It really is. You know, in my addiction and my sickness, I had really alienated myself. I wasn't there for my kids, and so that became my motivation, getting back into their lives, and Stout Street helped me do that, just starting with a weekly phone call, being able to write, you know, having a space set aside that was specifically to contact my kids and rebuild those relationships. It really is everything. They're my motivation.
And you are a peer coach now. So now you are taking everything you've learned, you are helping other people. And let's talk about why it's so important to kind of break down the stigma surrounding addiction, right? When we talk about it, it kind of goes away because people do need help, and you're helping them come to the table now.
Yeah, this disease doesn't care who you are or how affluent you are. It's indiscriminate. And it affects everybody, at least peripherally. It's out there. So, you know, stigmatizing it and pretending that it's not is just, it's just being ignorant and not setting ourselves up for success through marching past that stigma.
People who are out there listening and hearing about Stout Street, how can you encourage them to make that call if the time is right for them?
Yeah, I would say, you know, get busy living again. in our addictions, we sacrifice everything, and we lose everything, and we find ourselves time and time again with nothing and no one. You've got help. You've got a great program in Stout Street. Even if you just call to ask some questions and get those answers, that they're there every day, and you're actually talking to somebody who may be in the program and who's going through the program and can speak to the program directly.
I hope you've heard this before, but you truly are an inspiration. And for sharing your journey with us and the powerful moments that you've been through, we know that people out there are inspired, and we hope that they follow in your journey too. Joseph, thank you so much for being with us today. So Stout Street Foundation, a long-term treatment program to help people get back on their feet, find a job, live a good, healthy life again. September, again, Recovery Month, so this is the time that you really want to reach out. If you or a loved one needs any help, you can go to stoutstreet.org to learn more. We'll be right back.